Good evening, everybody. So tonight I'm pre-recording this. Um, I don't feel like I'm going to be up late. It's been a crazy week this week with the solar flares. So most of you that follow me or you know that I chat to, you know that this this solar energy that's been coming in has been pretty constant for definitely this whole week, a little bit into last weekend as well. So um, that again has us ranging everywhere from being a little bit anxious and those kinds of things going on to not sleeping to having lots of ear ringing and just general fatigue and those kind of things. And so yeah, so I thought I'm gonna pre-record this and upload it, even though I know it takes a good hour to upload these. So and then if you want to do your meditation early and go to bed early too, you can. Normally I'd like to keep doing them live just because they're fun, but we'll see how that goes through the summer. Um, yeah, and hopefully tomorrow I'm gonna actually try to do a card reading for the week. On Monday to Friday. I keep saying I'm going to do that. I never get it done, but hopefully tomorrow I can get that done. Um, we're also just kind of coming off of Thursday, Friday's new moon, and we're just into Aries season. So lots of new beginnings, taking action, those sorts of things. And I think up until now, we haven't felt like we necessarily can take some of those actions, but things, you know, seem to be opening up, doors seem to be opening for us. Um, we're able, I find my biggest thing in the last week and a half is just being able to see the truth better, to have more discernment and just kind of sit back, observe, and be like, oh, isn't this interesting? Um, it's funny because I keep saying to people, this is like the clown car show. And it's just like, wonder what clown's getting out of the next car. Or how many clowns are left in that car. I'm sure there's lots. I'm sure lots of fun, crazy things are going to keep happening, and that's okay. It sounds really weird to say, but it's very much part of this process that we're going through where we're just, you know, it's easier to uncover the truth about things if it comes in kind of like a, I don't want to say a goofy way, but in a way where you're just like, where you can clearly see through the BS. That's all I'm going to say about that. Where it just becomes so ridiculous that you can't even just shake your head anymore. Like honestly, the last week with everything going on, I've just been laughing my butt off because I'm like, there's just no way. I mean, how does no one see that this is completely unreal? Anyway, that's where we're gonna leave it. Um, anyway, we're working off the new moon energies still. So I'm going to read cards like I normally would do the three sets of cards for the moons. So we'll start with the Moonology deck. So Moonology has different moon signs through full, quarter moon, those kinds of things, the north and south nodes. So we'll just file through this, see where we're at. I'm going to do three of each, and then I'll do one card at the end to sum everything up. The meditation tonight is a new moon meditation. It's honestly, after the week we've had with just, like you said, constant bombardment of energy and time, and it's not that I don't feel like any of us have felt frazzled. Maybe you have. I'm just tired, and that's okay, and it's good to rest, and it's good to uh, you know, the we always I always harp about self-care, and that's come to the forefront this week is that it's so important that we take care of ourselves. So, and we have to do that first before we help other people, because if we're not, again, if we're not in a good space ourselves, we are useless to other people because we're trying to deal with both at the same time. We completely deplete our energy, and then yeah, like we're unable to help. So it's really important if we can to keep ourselves in the highest of vibration, and that means drinking lots of water, getting lots of sleep, trying to eat as best as you can, and just, being out in nature, all of those things. We're not talking about major momentous steps. I mean, I still go out, I still see people, I have alcohol, like, we're not asking for like that complete shutdown and go into this pious meditation state. Um, it's not necessarily necessary. It's just making sure you're in a good place as often as you can be. I know sometimes that's super tricky, especially if we're like focusing on that outside world. It's very disconcerting of what's going on. And and it can lead us into that fear path really fast, and it can take us down really fast. So it's not, again, I've said this before, it's not burying our head in the sand, but it's keeping yourself at a level where you're able to observe and deal with everything as it comes in. All right. So the first one we have is New Moon in Gemini, which is communication is key. Yeah, I think that's definitely coming up. It's just, it's meaning what you say, walking your talk, those sorts of things. And if I'm quite honestly, if you're not in a position to do those things, then retreat a bit and just watch what you're promising people. And to be honest, I've talked to so many people this week. Um, it's a harsh thing, but it's when we're really speaking our truth and we're not getting mad at somebody or trying to force our opinion on them, but it's just a matter of like communicating that this is what I believe, and I'm sorry if you don't, and that's fine. Um, but I have to be authentic to myself, and and communication too, right? Part of that isn't just talking, it's about listening. So maybe sit back and be the observer a little more this week. I'm actually enjoy I've really been doing that this week. I've stayed off social media a lot. Not that I was on there a ton anyway, but I've been kind of just observing everything and people in my life, and I'm like, it's really just it's kind of interesting. And at that same time, if someone asks me my opinion, I've kind of stopped the whole um, tiptoeing around things because I'm just like, no, well, this is what I believe, and that's just that's what it is. And if someone wants to like validly put up an argument, as long as they're not coming at me in a vicious or um, malevolent way, I'll listen. I'll listen to what you have to say. I have to take it then and put it into my discernment things through my third eye and my heart and decide if that's right for me. And it might not be. Um, the next one is have faith in your dreams. I think when everything gets like, as I don't want to say dark, but it's kind of dark and it's a little bit uncertain and those sorts of things that we tend to just be like, you know what, I I don't have any hope. I was in that space like about a couple weeks ago. It was just like this is too much, and it's nothing's working. Everybody's screwing up. Nobody's listening. Many things. Um, and then I've gotten to the place now where it's like, you know, I'm back to dreaming again in terms of like what do I want and what do I want to see. And I know that there's a lot of variables, and who the heck knows what's going to happen here. Um, but it is important that we're still like projecting what we want for our future. So I've been projecting more things like more emotional things. Like I want to be in a place of calm and quiet and observation and being out in nature and those sorts of things. Those are good dreams to have for right now until we know how much bigger we can dream. We know we can dream bigger and we'll eventually get there. So if you're not in that place, don't force yourself to like go up here. Like stay, you know, pick the next vibration up from yours. So if you're kind of sad and you're sitting here, it's like, what's the next little thing that would just be hopeful enough for, to keep you going, to keep you getting up every day and those sorts of things. And it might just be like, I'm going to start a practice of going for walks every morning for half an hour and watch the sunrise, or go to the park and watch the birds and, whatever it is for you. The last card is nothing will come of this situation. Um, Honestly, the only thing I'm getting is this is talking about the world at large right now. I always watch what I say because I'm not here to like offend anybody or anything like that. Um, I just think there's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on right now. There's a big dog and pony show if you want to watch it. It's pretty funny. Most of you will kind of understand what I was talking about. It happened last Sunday. It's a dog and pony show. And honestly, nothing is coming of this. This doesn't affect the world at large. It doesn't affect, I mean, it does affect the world that we're living in. Um, but what it doesn't affect is the larger picture of what's happening. Things are changing, things are shifting. These energies coming in from the sun, like, this is no mistake. This isn't happening by chance. Many good things are going to come of this. It is a little, harsh, but I think it's meant to tire us out a little bit and slow us down and ask us to just stop and reflect and, like, what do you want to see moving forward? We can stay in that dog and pony show, uh, and the circus that it is, but you know, but why would we? To be honest, why would we? There's better things out there. So honestly, if you want to watch something good, go look at nature. I went out on Friday morning and took the dog for a walk in the park and saw a moose. It was really cool. I really enjoyed that. Um, it was just neat to see, sorry, dropped the card. To see it in its element out there. I mean, it's just outside the city, so it's not like it's very far into the woods. Um, but it was, yeah, it was just, I don't know, it was kind of a magical moment of just watching something in its element. That was far more entertaining than any other schlock on television. Okay. Oh, these are good. These cards coming up. So I did the next card is the Hidden Realms. Um, these are I always use them at the moon because I feel like they sort of have that like there's a balance of light and dark in there. And then we just got three like awesome cards about what's coming. I don't usually read futuristically, but it's all good. We're heading into so many things. The Eyes of Beauty. Looks like she got news. Anyway, the Eyes of Beauty. Positive expectations and clarity. So if in order to get some of these positive things happening, we also have to put it out there that positively we believe things are coming. It's really neat this card too because she's got a lot of nature and crystals around her, and the eyes of beauty. So the veil over her face is to like make sure like we're looking into the eyes. Obviously beauty is a different perception for everyone. Um, but I think this card is just reminding us that we need to have some more positive expectations that things are going to get better. Things are beautiful in general. Clarity and the crystals are coming up. So this is going to be a good week coming up, I think. Just we're starting to get more clear and we're starting to see the beauty in what's real. Let's put it that way. The next one is the Hawk Prince, which is spirit communication, paying attention. Our guides and our ancestors and the masters are all, this is an 11 card as well, so lots of luck and stuff there. We just need to pay attention because they're talking to us. And again, the easiest way to receive those type of messages, if you're looking for them, is to be out in nature and just meditate. On that note, I just want to say a lot of people are saying, I'm even having trouble with this, is if you used to be able to go into meditation and go like really, really deep, most people are finding that really difficult, or you'll just get 5 minutes. If that 5 minutes feels good and resonates well with you, keep doing that and just realize right now we're kind of being, I don't want to say prepared, but it's like just don't go as deep with these things because a lot of stuff is on the surface right now, and you can access better information on the surface. That's where if you're, the guides are right there to talk to us. So, um, yeah, so don't panic if you can't deeply meditate like you used to. I'm hearing it's like sort of it's just not what we're supposed to be focusing on right now. And the quicker, um, easier meditations are better, or just like walking meditations. So being out in nature and focusing on the now moment. Or it's meditation. And then the last one is flow, the river queen. So, letting go and natural movement. Again, I think this is just talking to us about everything starting to melt and flow and move, rivers, all of that, the wind, natural movement, meaning, get out and whatever, walk and just force yourself to move, but just start to break that ice of us sitting around all winter off of our bodies and off of our mind, and let that river flow and start using that flow just in day-to-day practice of life. Like, just go with the flow more. It's just letting us know things are changing, and it's good. It's for the good. So don't panic. uh, yeah, and I think rest and that is still super important, but it is like things are starting to melt. We're starting to melt, and we just need to allow ourselves, you know, that free movement and just coming out of our shell and starting to, sprout again to grow that garden. All right, the last set of cards. The first one is focus on the positive. So, I mean, I really don't have to say much about that. Again, anytime you find that vibration getting distracted, weird stuff's going on in the outside world that makes you fearful or angry or worried, try to pull yourself back, find something positive. It can even just be, it doesn't have to be in the world. It's playing out its thing. We are the best thing like I just said, is you can just step back up and observe and just go with the flow on it. See what's happening. And sometimes it's pretty comical, actually. I hate to say it that way. I know there's war and things going on. I'm not saying to laugh at that stuff, but pull yourself back and just look at sometimes it's so crazy that you're just like, how can this even be a thing? Like, if I was watching a movie, I would either be laughing or kind of walking out of the theater because I'm like, this is a stupid movie. Anyway, so focus on the positive, whatever you can find in the immediate, little things in your life. Every day, I just like look at my dog. He does something stupid and funny, and I'm like, hey, you know what? That's brilliant. That's good enough for the day. Or I roll outside and I see, little buds starting to grow on the tree, and I'm like, this is awesome. Like, it can be very little, it can be very big. Big things might be happening in your life. New moon in Aries. It wasn't in Aries, was it? This new moon? It's Pisces, wasn't it? Anyway, doesn't matter. It's just hinting on Aries season again, saying it's time to get up and go. Go for it. Put new plans into action. Put new beginnings started. Even if you're just dreaming them up right now and writing them out, spend a couple of hours a day or an hour a day doing that, or half an hour a day. And then the last card is go wild. Yeah, so we're just being like this energy of like, okay, let's shuffle off that winter energy. Let's start to move. Let's, focus on the positive and move forward from, you know, where we've come out of this kind of like dark, strange place. It's like, okay, nothing has changed. Uh, like past that, it was always there, right? It's the Wizard of Oz scenario. It's like, you've always had the power to do all this stuff, and it's always been there. So it's the same right now. It's like nothing went away, it was just frozen. So it's now our new beginning, and we're able to step forward and start to move our bodies a little more and move our minds a little more and really put ourselves out there. And yeah, I think this is just the beginning, right? It's just time now to like get going again. So, you know, it doesn't have to be like full force run and go. It's like take your time, let things happen day by day, slowly get into that flow, like, a little shoot coming out of a tree or like a bud. It doesn't like pop open in one day and it's ready to go for the summer. It's a slow process, right? You got to crack it open, then it's slowly growing and it's still growing and gathering strength inside. So that's the stage we're at. It's totally like a spring thing. It's like, but it's time. They're like, don't keep going back into this dark, put the covers over your head and give up because good things are coming. Lots of good things are coming. So take, take, take a moment and just be grateful for that and just know that it's going to be okay. And we just need to, like I said, taking care of ourselves. And once we're in a good place, which, I think within the next few weeks, all of us will be just in a much better emotional, physical, and spiritual state. And then we're able to help everybody else if they need it. If they ask for our help and they need it, we'll be ready to go. So come on, you guys, be my warriors of light. uh, all right. So, like I said, tonight I'm just following up on those new moon energies. This really is just a quick meditation. It's not very long. The purpose of it is really just honestly to start to wind us down for the night so that we're ready to rest, get a full good night of sleep if we can. Um, I know sometimes that's been tricky lately. Like a lot of the solar flares seem to be going off at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I've been waking up, and I know I've been talking to other people that it's just waking us up like bold awake at 4 o'clock in the morning, and like and then being wired, even though you've just come out of like however many hours of sleep, but you're wide awake. So, um, yeah, let's do this meditation and hope it winds us all down, just so we can get some good rest and so that we're prepared for what's to come. I think it's actually very exciting. I know sometimes, lots of the times, it doesn't look that way, but it's starting to gain momentum to, the light and the energy and the movement. So it's, it's good for us to like, it's nice for us to have this gradual build up to it. Uh, it would be really disconcerting if it just like hit us. So it's nice to have this time to, slowly wake up, if that's what you want to call it. Coming out of hibernation and like gradually getting there and like melting. It's the melting thing, right? Like ice doesn't just like the sun hits it and it shatters and it's water. It's a nice slow drip process, right? We can be in that slow drip too. All right. So taking a deep breath in and then, finding a comfortable spot. So whether that's in your chair, your bed, wherever you are, and then just taking another nice big deep breath in, and at the end of it, just closing your eyes. And then I'm going to get you to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth 3 times. And each inhalation and exhalation, try to count to 4 for each of those. Imagine you are walking a path in the forest. It is night, and as the moon is new, its absence allows you to clearly see a sky full of stars. Breathe and relax. Continuing down the forest path, you come into a clearing in the woods. A large rock sits in the middle. You are able to climb upon the rock. Its surface is covered in soft green moss. You lie down and gaze up into the sky to see the whole Milky Way. Breathe and rest. A shooting star streaks across the sky. Now is your time to wish upon that star. What is your heart's desire? Declare your intentions for this new cycle. What do you desire to see in your life? What do you wish for the world? What do you wish for the collective? Breathe and make a wish. Taking in the vast night sky, feel its magnificence. Feel the presence of Mother Earth below you, holding you and supporting you. Feel Father Sky above you, offering connection to Source. Breathe and rest. Feel into your heart now. Feel the love that surrounds you. Know that you are a child of this universe. You are no less than the trees and the stars, and you have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Breathe and feel the love that the divine has for you, for all the stars, the planets, and the cosmos. Feel the incredible love present all around you now. From the sky, this love manifests as a bright, soft pink rose quartz ball of energy. As you grasp this energy, it transforms into your hands as a small, heart-shaped rose quartz crystal. Accept this gift by putting it into your pocket to carry with you in your daily life. Breathe and rest. Now, sitting back up on the rock, you rise and return down the forest path. Take this time to quietly linger in the darkness and the trees and the fireflies and the sounds of the night forest surrounding you. Knowing that in your pocket, this gift of love can be accessed by you at any time you need. Simply envision holding the crystal within both hands. Allow the energy to envelop you, protect you, and comfort you. Breathing in love and exhaling fear. As you start to come back now into your body, first return to heart center and know that every move forward in your next steps will be in love. Know that you are divinely protected and uplifted. Continue now sitting in this heart space in silence. Just breathing again, in through the nose and out through the mouth 3 times. Just going to do some quick toning with the bowls, continuing to keep your eyes closed and just at rest and at peace. So again, taking in one nice big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Make sure you feel grounded at your feet. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Okay. Like I said, I know that's a quick one, but we just wanted to keep it kind of concise and short. I'm just going to do one more card to wrap this up. And then, yeah, hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to put up a video about, oops, that came out really quick. I like this one too. And just to see what the week's like, what the cards hold. The first one we got was Judgment. I awaken to the timelessness of body, spirit, and soul. All illusions are shattered. That's what I think has been happening over the last week. It's going to be continuing. So, as things start to break apart and truths start to get revealed, like I said, step back, be the observer, and just know it was an illusion. It's not real in the sense that it can only affect you as long as you allow it to affect you. So don't let it throw you off your path, what we're already on and working towards. So, I know it can get overwhelming and it can get crazy to the point where it's unbelievable. And again, if you need help with any of that and you just need someone to reach out to, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. The other one is the Hanged Man, which is my sacrifice will strengthen my devotion to the divine and deepen my compassion for all things. Sacrifice is a big one. People get a little scared with that word. I think this is really just, honestly, breaking away from the matrix, stepping away from that illusion. It's not sacrificing yourself so much as it's just like deciding to sacrifice your energy, meaning you are not going to be handing it over to that craziness anymore. It sounds, it's a really simple thing to do. So it's not about disengaging, like I said, or burying our heads in the sand, but it's about self-preservation, observation, and just knowing that what we're already doing for ourselves will work. And once our light is shining, then we can shine that out to others in the community. So I know it's not the easiest concept, but I'm working really hard on it. I'm doing okay. I sometimes slip up, but I just think it's going to be a really exciting week. So take care of yourselves. I love you, and we'll talk to you later this week.